my husband, my life partner and my physician partner said, "Colleen, you make me proud to be a doctor." So for me, this award means a lot on a personal and professional level.
I'm most proud of being a doctor because it gives me an opportunity to help other people, to be in a consciousness of giving.
Practice of medicine is a wonderful field, and I must say, especially for women, it's a beautiful field.
Each year, the Pride in Profession Awards inspire us by recognizing leaders in the medical profession who've achieved greatness in their own unique way. Their stories share common themes: integrity, commitment to service, community involvement. But what binds them together above all else is a compassion for others, the highest hallmark of being a physician. Their stories remind us how important it is to go above and beyond for our patients, and to remember that each act of selflessness strengthens the medical profession for everyone.
I too am honored to be here. If I have one pebble of wisdom in this 80-year young old body that you're looking at, it would be the following: that I really don't know what's best for another person. I'd like to share just a few things about how the center started. And we started dealing with children and adults with catastrophic illness because insurance policies don't even pay for a lot of things, and so it's very difficult. And it's a psychological support group for these people. Physicians thought only physicians should deal with this kind of work. And I had the vision that it's possible to train lay people to be facilitators, which make it cost effective to help people find a way of helping each other, changing their attitudes, choosing to have peace instead of conflict, choosing to be a love finder rather than a fault finder. I became curious about where do kids go, and I found out that the way they go is to the cleaning lady who's mopping up the floor in the morning to have an honest, direct conversation. And a 7-year-old boy asked the oncologist, this boy had cancer, "What's it like to die?" And the oncologist got fearful and changed the subject. When we began to start this center, it became very clear that these children were going to be like young children, but wise spiritual wisdom, teaching me and other people another way of looking at death and another way of looking at dying. And I began to see that here I was in a position of killing myself with alcohol, and yet I was fearful to die. And these young children, if you will, became my teacher of looking at life in a different way, looking at death in a different way. I think we physicians get caught in a workaholism, which we're getting cookie points for, but oftentimes that workaholism keeps us from looking inside to see what's going on in our heart. I think it's very important to follow your heart. And if your heart really tells you this is your way, then this is what I would go for. I tell people that I wouldn't advise anyone to become a doctor. I think they have to make that decision on their own. I find that working to stay in the present is very important, to let go of the past and the future. I happen to think that that forgiveness, although it hasn't been taught in medical schools for a long time, until recently, is one of the main functions that a doctor has. I think the most important suggestion I might make for people to make up their own minds about would be to make love and forgiveness the most important thing they do as a physician, to resist the temptation to make judgments on their patients, and to realize that many of our illnesses today, many particular stress illnesses that are caused by stress, are caused by negative judgments or unforgiving thoughts. And so healing ourselves as well as the patient is really important. In fact, at our center, we don't even call people patients, we call them co-workers, because we see them as equals. And I would suggest to young people that being a physician is a way of healing themselves, because you can't really help other people in a total way unless you're really accepting that love of yourself and believing in something that's greater than yourself, a higher power, a loving source.